Hi, my name is Sarah Bell Wells, and I am an author and an illustrator of children's books. And I would like to show you some drawing tips if you're interested in seeing them. So I did this in watercolor paint, and I outline them with Sharpies. Anyways, here's some tips of drawing. Okay, so everything has a shape. Just like even this scissors. The bottom is like a triangle. See that? And then those are two circles, and one is an oval. So everything has a shape. No matter what you draw, it's going to have a shape. So even if you draw a person, you're going to start out with a circle, because of the head. Now some people have an oval shaped head. Some people have a square shaped head. So when you're looking at that person, you're going to see what kind of shape they have. Also, with people, living beings, we're divided in half. So you're going to divide it in half like this, see? And then you're going to divide it again because this helps guide you on where to put the eyes and the nose and the mouth. I don't know if you know this or not, but we are actually people or living beings are divided in half to... Have you ever noticed that sometimes people have left eye smaller than the right eye or something like that? Because your body is divided in half, whether you know it or not. So, alright, and then, so let's say we want to draw some eyes. So, eyes, nose, and mouth. Okay? Alright, and then, so then you start just doing details. Let's just do eyes. Now, eyes are football shaped or oval shaped. So this person's got a little button nose. Also, practice, 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 practice. It helps to also take classes. I've taken several art classes over the years as well. And so we don't care what it looks like, really. See? Hi. Alright, there you go. That's one. Okay, even a car. I'm not even gonna do. Here. I don't really like to draw cars, to be honest with you. But, okay, I'll draw a dinosaur. So, oval head, and then cone, neck, big round oval body, circle, 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 and then I guess triangle. Alright, and then you just fill it in. Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody do the dinosaur. Maybe he's got some spikies. Dinosaur. I'm just messing around. Of course, it's not going to look good when I'm just messing around, But anyways, like I said, it's practice, practice, practice. Okay, I know who I draw really good. It's Christine. She has an oval, a round head. This helps me guide me where she has football eyes. She has a half moon nose. It's her hair. And she likes to wear a bonnet. Those are half moons. See? Hi, everybody. This is like a circle body, and then her leg, circle, 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 circle. She's sitting. Right now when you're sketching, it does not have to be perfect. So even if it doesn't look good. And plus it's kind of, it is hard to hold this and draw too. So just please forgive me if it doesn't look that great. Alright, and there you go. Now when I'm painting, I'm going to tell you some tips about painting. Okay, when you're doing flesh, you first want to do the light colors. Like I do the light flesh first. Because it's always easier to darken than to lighten. So I usually start with all the light colors first. Like for example, yellow, flesh, pink. And then I add highlights with the, like a brown. Because, you know, this is all shaded, see? And see how that's shaded as well. So I do a light red and then a darker red to show shadow. And with pink, you got to shadow it with red. And yellow is a good idea to shadow it with orange. So yeah, I do that first, and then as soon as I'm done with all the light colors, like all the yellow, then I start doing the darker colors. So this is at night, so that's why everything is so dark. And so I left the background last. Now I like to have all kinds of paints. I put all my dark colors here. I have look at all these paintbrushes I have. I never know what I might need, you know. I have different colors here. I have glitter paint. I love glitter paint. Like I'll make what do you call it? Leprechaun or a unicorn or a rainbow, and I like to use my glitter paint. And let me tell you, you can find stuff like this paint everywhere, and it's not that expensive either. I found stuff at the Dollar Tree before, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Walmart. You don't have to just go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joanna's, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So I have all my pinks and greens in there. I just bought one of every color, you know. And I like to put all my Sharpies in here. When I'm done, I let it dry, of course, first. And then I outline it with Sharpie to make it sharp. You can use a black paint, but sometimes it's not detailed enough. So here's another one I did. This is the turkeys on Thanksgiving. They're thankful because they're not being eaten for Thanksgiving. And I use a lighter color green for this one because it's a nice, bright, sunny day here. Now, you know what? Let me tell you. I used to think it was cheating to look at a picture. But guess what? It is not. So, if you have to look at a picture, it is fine. That's what I do all the time. Sometimes I don't know what turkeys look like. So I looked it up. What does a turkey look like? Anyways, I discovered that Walt Disney, the Disney animators, to make Lion King, they actually did go to Africa and sketched real life lions, and they brought it back to make the Lion King. And then also the old cartoons like Peter Pan, they had live actors act out the scenes. They would take pictures, or they would sketch real quickly. This is a surprise. April Fool's Day. Christine is my character I've drawn ever since I was 8 years old. Anyway, so now I don't need to look at a picture to draw Christine, because this is my character I've drawn since I was 8, so I know what she looks like and I know how to draw her. Other stuff, no, I don't know how to draw it. I didn't need anything for that one. There she is, a leprechaun. But I think I did look up some pictures for that one. I didn't look at anything for that. I just drew the reindeer. Oh, so hey, let me tell you some other tricks. As you're painting, if you make a mistake, what you're gonna do is use just a regular paper towel, and while it's still wet, you're gonna dab it. Sometimes I crinkle it up like this and dab it and it soaks it right up. And also you can also cover it up with a darker color. Here she is, the 4th of July. It's fireworks. Or here's another tip. If you want something sparkly, another thing you can put in is salt. Regular table salt. This is for one of the books I'm working on. It's called Food on the Floor. Who was that for? And it goes like this. My dog eats the food that I drop. See, here he is eating the food. Now that one I did to get the perfect angle. I go to Google and I search. So I have my little. See, I have a little small laptop here, and I search it up. Say, hey, what is that? Like this one. I didn't know what a military person looked like, what it looked like when it's saluting. So I just looked at that. Oh, another great thing to get. Now this one I did have to get at an art store. We have an art store in my city. It's called Ready Arts. And they have these, hold on a second. They have these dummies. And that helps you out a lot too, you know. They have one just for hand. There's a big old hand. This is a male model, but they do have a female model as well. But anyways, you know, you're just posing them to help you see, well, what does it look like when you do this or that? And that way it looks accurate. Even cartoons needs to look accurate, because people, especially when people looking at people, they get, even me, get something like, that doesn't look like a person. And then I'm going to teach you about, well, this is shading, so you have to learn about shading. And you have to learn about perspective. Like something in the distance is going to be smaller than something that's closer to you. So here's the shading. So I use a black paint for that. I just watered it down really, really fine. Also, sometimes I just use whiteout. If I want something looking like really white, I made a mistake, like with the eyes. That makes it look like alive. When you take a picture of yourself, I want you to notice that you do have some white in your eyes from the flash of the camera, and it makes somebody look alive. So it is a good idea to put some white there in their eyes. This is a character name. His name is Midnight. He's a practical joker. I didn't know what that looked like, so I looked that up. This is having a tea party. So, what does a tea party look like? Everything's a shape. She has a very bad temper. But see, this is oval. Anyways, that's what you do. You just sketch it out. This is all, most of this is Christine. That's a better dinosaur. This is a toy dinosaur. And these are Barbie and Ken kind of a thing. Oh, see? I'm going to show you. I put salt in here. This is a picture. That was, see? Look how glittery it looks. Just regular salt. I put salt and I have clear glitter spray you put on there. Oh, another tip is you could spend all this money at the art store to seal it with a clear seal, and that's a good idea no matter what medium you use except for oil painting. Especially if you use color pencils, chalk. It fades after a while if you don't do this. You know, the paper also yellows, and so the colors will fade. So you can get this clear spray and spray it when you're done. Okay, seals it in. But you guess what I use? I just use cheap $1 Regular hairspray. It's the same thing. These are all the tips and tricks I learned whenever I went to art school. I did attend an art school as well, but I took in commercial art. I learned how to silkscreen, make shirts, to advertise, like make cereal boxes. I also just took regular art in college as well. I kind of wish I attended the art school a bit longer, but I can't go back now. Now the adults and Christine don't have, you can't see their faces. I got the idea from Tom and Jerry. Do you remember Tom and Jerry where all the adults, you couldn't see their face? Jasper? Remember that lady? She goes, Jasper, you're not listening to me. You're going to have to get out. He used to be called Jasper before he was Tom in the older versions. But you could tell it's kind of shiny, right? I use white out right here for the nose. Because another thing is, if you use black to break it up, you need some white in there. You know. Or you can use gray too, and then build up from there. So see, she's got some white in her eyes too. Makes her look alive. This is Spike. Spiky Spike. But you know what? After you draw it, of course, after I draw it, what I do is I trace it with the Sharpie, and then I erase it, and then I paint, and then of course, the paint has covered over the Sharpie. And the reason why you do that is because if you just paint over pencil, you're not going to remember or see where you put that drawing. So then you have to do it then you have to do it one last time with the Sharpie or with black paint too, because it's faded pretty much once you finish painting over there. And white needs a lot of shading to see how it looks so white. Now there you go. If you're wondering what kind of paper I use a paper called Mixed Media. You want mixed media because it's very thick. Otherwise, it will break, especially with watercolor paint because you're using water. See? And you can use watercolor, acrylic paint, pencils, pens. It's very heavyweight. So that's a good idea. You can get these books, like I said, at art stores, Michael's. I don't know if you guys have Michael's in your city. Or not. But anyways, just any art store or arts and crafts kind of a store. Now, I know this is not environmentally friendly, but what I put my paint on is foam plates. And the reason why they do make those little trays, but they don't wash out completely. I don't care what you do. You can scrub, but there's still residue in there. And you're trying to get white, and next thing you know, you got black because it's all mixed up. So, I have big paper too. Sometimes I want to make a big drawing. See? Big paper. This is mixed media too. You don't get as big as like a poster board, but they do have something as big as a poster board. So, also, when you're drawing, you should have an idea of what you would like to do. You know, what are you doing, and what do you want to do? For example, I said, okay, I want to do something for New Year's, and what do I want to see? Well, Baby New Year, and then Father Time. And how do I want them to look? So he's like dragging on his heels. I haven't had a chance to color that in, but this is for St. Patrick's Day. You see how at first I did a pen, and then I outlined it. So it looks like a coloring book, doesn't it? Here's a clock. There's two cupids. Stupid Cupid, stop picking on me. I use a lot of glitter in this fireworks too. Glitter paint. And glitter spray. And also, see, on him as well, the dragon. Because, yeah, dragons are mythical creatures, so of course, you need glitter for that. I drew this. It's trees enjoying eating popcorn and watching TV. Oh, I drew this. This is called, for a book I wrote called Unicorn Lost His Horn. Now they're laughing because he lost his horn. He's got a band-aid. I don't think I used glitter for that. But I did use different kinds of paint though. Neon. I used neon paints for a lot of that. And then, see? This little girl, she's putting on her shoes. It's also a good idea to be in like some sort of organization. Like I was in the Society of Book Illustrators and Writers. And they said they gave you a prompt word. And every month you would draw whatever you wanted to that prompt word. And if they liked it, they would showcase you on the main page. This is for a story I wrote called The Farmer's Wife. And she tells him, shh, 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 stop waking me up. And see, I had to look up, what does a chicken look like? I mean, I know what it looks like, but to draw is totally different. And Santa Claus. Elf. Oh man, some of the stuff blended through. Now, yeah, now this is a mirror. And mirrors are shiny. And yeah, I use salt and, you can see the salt, you can see the salt. And also glitter paint as well. But yeah, salt, just regular salt. And it stays in there, see? It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's a rubber hard. But yeah, because I sprayed it with the hairspray. Ain't going nowhere. And I did it, you gotta do it while it's still wet. The paint's still wet. You're telling the chicken, shh. There's another thing I use for glitter. I don't know if it's in this one. No, I don't think it's in this one. Your chicken. She's telling the chicken to be quiet. Somebody gave me this one, actually. Somebody gave me this drawing book. I gotta buy some more anyways. But anyways, I just sit in here. Oh, you're gonna need a T-square. T-square is a good tool to make straight lines. You can see the paint on it. Yep. So you need that, and you need a ruler. You can get, I do have stencils, so I can supposed to help you make good words, straight words and stuff. And I have a regular ruler. Sometimes I need rulers, especially when I'm making Christine with the little boxes and stuff. And then you're going to need a scanner. So you can scan it and upload it to your computer. Or I just use my regular phone and my regular camera to take pictures. Because these are too big for my scanner. My scanner only does like 8 by 10s. And these are like 10 by something. And then 9 by 11 or something. And this is a, let's see, this is a Mixmore. This is Strathmore. Strathmore is a nice, good paper too. Very, very thick and good. Strathmore, there's another one. Bristle board, I think. But I use regular number 2 pencils. They do make other pencils. But, I can't think of any other tricks and trays that I use whenever I'm making my art. But I usually like to listen to the radio. I do use 100-watt bulbs because you can't see. It's too shadowy if you don't. And I have also a lamp right here with the 100-watt bulbs as well. So, well, I hope you enjoy the video. If I think of anything else, I'll make some more. Thanks for watching and listening if you did.